The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another exciting edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, squeezably soft host. Once more into the breach do we go, dear friends. As always, we like to meet at this time.
Takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
And what do we got going on today? Beige book out minutes ago. The Apple iPhone 7 launch is going on. They're just actually now starting to talk about the Apple phone. The last hour has been mostly about the new version of the Apple Watch. What can you say about it? They're putting in a faster processor, a faster graphics processor, more memory. It's got a GPS finally in it. It's probably closer to what the product should have been at the launch. Not a lot of reaction that I could see so far in the stands for that. A lot of people are still trying to figure out why they would want one. The new one's going to be $369, and the old one is going to be $259 or something close to that. So they're going to continue selling a version 1, but they had to put in twice the processor for version 2. That probably tells you something. Other than that, I think the new watch is waterproof or water resistance, as they say, to 50 meters. That is a more than 150 feet for those people in Lutz, Florida. And I imagine we're probably going to see the exact same thing in the phone itself. It'll be water resistant. But that's about it. I don't see a lot of movement in the stock. It's off 33 cents for Apple today. The rest of the market just kind of churning sideways, was waiting for that FOMC announcement. I would say it was a nothing burger, still off 3 points in the S&P cash. And no real movement for the beige numbers. This market is looking for anything to go higher or lower and can find neither. As we start this show, about 2 billion shares on the New York Consolidated Tape.
That it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
On this day in 1950, the Japanese economy starts struggling back to its feet after being nuked. The Tokyo Stock Exchange begins calculating its share price index in 1970, backdating it into May 16th of 1949 to become the Nikkei 225 average that we all know and love. And I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. The iPhone introduction is today. I don't have a lot on it. The slide's messed up anyway. We'll just talk about other things. Like I said, it's happening right now, so we'll see. Supposedly, they've got brighter displays and some other stuff. They bought all that technology from Samsung, so I don't know if there's going to be a great deal to be said that it's any better or worse than Samsung. The real question is going to be how they handle the rollout for the camera and, of course, the headphones, which we spoke of yesterday. That is in progress. Generally, what will happen is you do see a buck up or down in Apple right after the end of the shows. My guess is if they spend an hour on the watch, they're probably going to spend an hour on the phone, especially when they bring out the cordless headphone earbuds that seem to be what they're going to be pushing. I wrote about a year ago, I'm going to say a year ago, in the Tech Insider that Apple had changed their plan. And the idea was that they knew that just making new phones would not make a great deal of difference. They would continue to upgrade phones, but again, probably not at the rate that they had in the past. It was going to take something else, and they adapted a policy or a strategy of becoming the Kirby vacuum cleaner where they can just keep plugging things onto it. Unfortunately, since you can buy a set of headphones as cheaply as $6, and many people did, you could not force people in buying the overly priced headphones, and they haven't done well. In fact, the music company they bought out and continue to try to put together something to sell those overpriced headphones didn't do well either. But I don't know if you can say a great deal other than the fact that this is probably the first test of that Kirby vacuum cleaner attachment idea, where they were going to actually see how much money they can make selling other things that you could get for $6 now anyway. So we'll see. Very unclear so far. The one jack, of course, is the that new USB-C series jack. And you can put more power out of it, and it is thinner. Apparently trying to make the device just a little thinner than it had been before. And I don't know if that's really a big deal anymore. I mean, at what point does it, is being as thick as a sheet of paper too thick? I don't know. I think you want it to be a little bit thick. I'm thick too. Anyway, we're going to get going early. Give me a call at 877-927-6648. Of course, email me at path@tfnn.com. I'll check in with the Apple live blogs during the break and update you if there's anything worth of note. In the meantime, we've got a nice big short squeeze going on in Chipotle. Nice gap up in this stock. And kind of interesting to see a good move for a Wall Street stock manipulator. And that's what we have with, what was his name? David Einhorn, who came out and said, you know what? We bought a big chunk of Chipotle. My guess is that this is a typical short covering play. You would have liked to seen a little bit more volume out here if you think it's going to continue to break the 444. My guess is it was just an easy way to pick up 10 or 15%. He may be out of it already. But a lot of these stocks, we're going to look at another one, have come down significantly. People keep jumping on these stocks thinking they're going to go lower. They can go sideways for a great deal of time. Another one on the short squeeze wagon was Western Digital. They said that they're going to do just a little bit better out here. The problem, as I said before, someone was asking about this maybe a week, 10 days ago, that I didn't like these as shorts because I was shorting this at $110 and $105. I think we shorted it at $80. But after a stock's been short for a while, everybody and their dog's expecting it to go out of business. And one of the things you should probably know is until you get a rip that runs every short out of this stock, it's probably stuck in these midline levels, maybe around here to $44. What you want to see is a move in this stock where the shorts are all gone. They finally give up. And then maybe it's worth down at these levels taking a look again. We'll talk more about Western Digital Seagate when we come back.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And we're off a couple points in the S&P cash volume, just a little over 2 billion shares as we get in the sniffing range of the end of the day. But volume, still nothing that would make me expect that we had a lot higher prices coming. But you never know. Maybe everybody's going to decide that they have to go all deep into Apple after the show is over. But so far, a less than enthusiastic move on Apple's showcase today. What else do we have? We're off 2 points in the S&P cash. What did it make? Anyway, Western Digital, as we said, huge volume coming back, pretty much matching the volume on the downside. Western Digital basically saying we're not going out of business because, of course, us buying the memory company now allows us to go up against all the other memory companies that's their business in making hard drives. I still think these guys are out of business in 2 or 3 years. Timing is going to be everything. Let's look at STX. Seagate, kind of the same kind of thing. But when we look at the energy that these things had coming off the low, like Seagate, pretty pathetic. Do have some nice volume here. But again, to me, these stocks were just way too heavily shorted. Everybody and their dog was short, and good for a short squeeze. The energy off this June 27th low, not all that exciting. You did have a nice little bounce back here on the 12th of, July, with, everything you want, real sign of strength. But my guess is that these things are going to go sideways for maybe another 6 months, and then we're going to start seeing the reality of them trying to compete with Intel. I think they're going to get squashed. Squozen, as they say. Let's check and see what else is going on out here. Let's make sure. Just looking through a few positions. Okay, so what else do we have going on here? Play. Now this one came out after the bell last night. They are guiding down. And the same store sales that they do have were down too. Opened up a little under 44. It's gone up a little under 45 right now. Volume is fairly decent. I don't know how much big play this is in, but certainly looks to me like it will be heading back down to the $40.95 range. This is Dave and Buster's, the what would you call it? Arcade slash food place. Chuck E. Cheese for adults. That's what I've always called it. What else do we have out here? Let's see what else was in my list. Wanted to see how Verifone has done after it got kind of slammed. See if there's anything else out here other than the fact that it's going sideways at these levels. It's around $17. Nothing yet. But a pretty good example of you get a huge down day. A lot of times it ends up being an exhaustion move, and you just go sideways for a while. To Garmin. Wanted to see how Garmin was doing against Apple. One of the new features in the Apple Watch today is a GPS. And I don't know when it's going to start hurting these companies. Chart looks actually pretty good on Garmin. Like the Doji yesterday and the Doji today, dislike that the volume today already is a little stronger. So you have to keep an eye on that one. But if you like Wyckoff patterns, like I like Wyckoff patterns, you have your sign of strength on the 27th of July, and this thing has been coming back down since then. And I think that's all you got to say. Good, strong volume up. Not all that huge volume down. You do kind of dislike the volume on the 24th of August, but it's kind of done some good. I like this thing to probably go sideways for a little while. If the market does turn up, these Wyckoff patterns are probably going to be the ones that I'm involved in. The Gap stores, some kind of crazy news about some facility there's being burnt down. Volume was a little lighter, but not light enough. Energy off this last top from August 23rd was higher than the move up from August 3rd into that 27.19 high. So I would still say it's a no touch for the Gap and GPS. What else do we have out here? Baidu. Andrew, I think it was Andrew Left from Citron, had been pumping this stock. It may have been somebody else on Friday and Monday. There's a lot of people out here trying to run some short squeezes on the street, the big men that appear on CNBC. That certainly is the case with Baidu yesterday. They set this up yesterday, 8 million shares, though, going through 24 million shares on May 31st. The gap down started this whole gap, goes back to May 2nd, and had 10.1 million shares. So yesterday kind of came close, but still 20% down on the volume from the gap down, and 8 million to 24 million, what, 1/3 the volume of the last pop into this segment. Kind of a little inverted hammer so far today, and not a lot of volume. These are the places that I like to set up going short. I would have liked to seen a lot more volume and energy come out since this July 8th low, and why I'm not short this one at the moment. To Comerica, we talked about this one a couple of times over the last week. Said that this one certainly looked like it was topping out. Energy significantly lighter than the move down. If you look at the high on June 1st down to this June 27th low, and then we look from that low back up to the high of yesterday. Energy was off by about 20 and 15%, something like that. The high, 1.6 million shares yesterday into highs of 3.8 million and 2.4 million. A lot of discussion yesterday. I was thinking about shorting this one, but everybody and their dog is talking about a buyout's coming, a buyout's coming. I like this thing to probably go up there one more time and even have lighter volume to say that a buyout is not coming. Let's check the email. I got a couple in there we'll get to in the next segment. You can always email me at path@tfnn.com. Call me at 877-927-6648 or put a message in the den. And we got 1 minute. Someone's saying love is off the bottom. Is that on the daily? They had some pretty bad news. Yeah, nice little move out here. Not the volume you would want. This thing would set up for a short around $40.25. Maybe $40.50 is where you'd like to get it. Not enough volume in this one, certainly into the candle of the 21st of July. And that had 34 million shares, 8.2 million shares so far. So I don't know what else we can say about that other than it's time to go to the break. Man, we've been sailing through charts so far today. We're going to continue going through them. Be a part of it. Give me a ring, 877-927-6648. News of the weird and Apple when we come back.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Well, the one-liners coming across in the live blogs basically say that the iPhone camera is very good with its new two-lens camera. That, of course, all the rumors of them getting rid of a headphone jack are true. You're going to have to go to a lightning connector and buy new headphones. There's some kind of dongle that attaches to it, and everybody thinks that it'll be the first thing everybody loses, and it will be an expensive piece. Other than that, it's kind of tough to see anything else going on. So we'll check back within it. Certainly, the price isn't moving in the stock. That will probably tell us a great deal more than most things. The Duncan Brands Group, this thing's hanging out at the highs with no volume. Just going back to actually the 25th of August, this thing had 2.3 million shares. And yeah, you just every day out here is another day where you just wonder if it can get lighter volume. Right now, just 343 million shares. So kind of telling you a bit about what's going on in that. We looked at Verifone, didn't we? Yeah. What else is in the list here that I wanted to look at? Yahoo, of course, as long as Baidu goes up, so does Yahoo. This thing, could it get to 46 bucks? You got that gap hanging out here. But other than Baidu going higher, is the only thing that would drive Yahoo higher. I don't think anybody's buying the buyouts these days. Let's go to a few of the stocks that we've looked at in the last few days. AIZ. Come on, AIZ. Did I click not enough? I need to click some more. Been wondering how this one is going to be holding out here at the highs. Banging out at around this $89 level. Pushing up a little higher today with very light volume, 120,000 shares. That's compared to 300,000 shares to the downside yesterday. America Trade came out with numbers after the bell last night. They are basically saying that the retail trader customer that they have is a net seller and has been since shortly after the British exit vote. That has not stopped, and they continue, the retail trader continues to sell this move up. So maybe they learned something from the 2008 and dot-com debacles. Anyway, Ameritrade holding up 2.7 million shares, 3.6 million shares when you go back to April 4th. And so I'm going to say this May 31st one's the one I want to key off of. 3293, 3.4 million shares. Got into it with 2.3 million shares on the 1st of September. It's kind of been pulling back. Not a lot of volume today, 1 million shares. But certainly looks like it's in a trading range. Wanted to check. We talked about CIT Group yesterday and how this one had topped out. I can't jump into this without it testing this gap slightly ahead of it, but it was short 500,000 shares, up on very light volume today, though. What else do we have? Garmin. Go back a few days and look at it. SoxL. Take a quick look at that one. Do we need to go back even bigger time? No. That was the right time. Okay, when we, what am I doing on Zebra here? Come on, let's get back to Sox. Okay, now, if I go back more. Come on, Mr. Sox. There we go. This is the reverse split, so it's back up to the move down. You know, the energy's off just slightly in this move up, so probably some better things to be shorting out there. Don't see a great deal in this one. Goldman Sachs, we talked about it a little yesterday. I didn't think we'd have any reaction to it today, but it does look like Goldman Sachs is getting knee-deep into the election. They are saying that its partners cannot contribute to one of the political candidates. There's something kind of un-American about that, isn't it? If you work for a company, you can't give to the party that you want to because you work for a company. That's something just seems to me like that's got to be, there's a lawsuit brewing in there. Someone's going to get fired and they'll go after them saying that they wanted to contribute to a political party. But I don't know, maybe that's faint praise or faint damnation. If the other political party wanted to use something, I'm not thinking Goldman Sachs, for the majority of people, has that ring of fidelity, the ring of the kind of endorsement that you want. And we'll see how that works out. But Certainly not a lot of volume, and today very, very short volume as we go up against the 168.90 from April 21st, but certainly an embarrassing day, especially if the wrong candidate wins for Goldman Sachs. They will have probably a tough next 4 years. As always, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. What else do we have? WFM. Yeah, I saw that also. Take a quick look. Whole Foods back down to its low. You wanted it to get in here with less than 23 million shares. That was the November 5th high of 2015, $28.73. Got into it with 7 million shares. February 8th, bounced out of it. Got into it with May 4th with 12 million shares and bounced out of it. This is into 13 million shares now, and it's bounced out of it. It certainly looks like that $28 level is the support level on that stock. I don't like the big energy, especially these gap downs that happened on the 28th. But if it could base out for a while, it might be interesting. Let's go back yet another day and see. This is the first. So let's go back to the 31st of last week and see how some of these other ones did. I think this is the Cracker Barrel. And this one had kind of a big down day into earnings. A couple of gaps in this one. We've been thinking it was coming back down to 141. This May 18th low, 144, excuse me. It's 620,000 shares today, 223,000 shares to the upside. Yesterday, 345,000 to the downside. And of course, the big down day was the 30th of August with 522,000 shares. So you're kind of coming into a soft landing, but that 144 level looks like that's where you would want to kind of take a look at it. OLED, another one of these stocks that had a bad earnings day. Wanted to see how this one was coming into this gap. That gap occurred on gap up on the May 23rd with a 2 million shares. Been kind of coming back in here. This is where support should be in this stock. I don't know, though, the volume and the bounce out here. Again, you know, off very decently off this high. I would want to, especially in this market, I would want these things to go sideways and see a whole lot less volume before I start jumping on them. When we get back, SLM, we'll see how this one does up here at the highs. We've got some other ones out here. A lot of no volume. When we turn to the NYSE volume, just 2.17 billion shares at the, well, almost 2/3 through the hour. We'll be back in a minute.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
If you're looking to discover a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, consider the new Market Safe Focus Commodity CD from Everbank. This 5-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 6 equally weighted commodities, including gold, silver, copper, nickel, soybeans, and sugar, in one powerful CD. With annual pricing caps of 50% per component, you could earn up to a 50% upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should the opposite occur, your principal principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. Don't miss out. Take advantage of this financial resource designed to grow with the times. The October 13th funding deadline will be here before you know it. So hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Well, we've had just a little over 200 million shares in the last 30 minutes. So volume pretty tepid for this time of day. Normally, if we were looking at a breakout, we probably should be pressing 3 billion shares by this time of day to really get the kind of volume that would confirm some kind of high and long-term trend up is in gear. We're off 2 points, 2.2 billion shares on the New York Consolidated Tape. Don't think you have a great deal other than do with that. Some of these stocks we've been watching with a light volume at the highs. This SLM one I've been watching. You can't really short it, and it's a long list of stocks that I go through every day and see how these things are reacting to news. Energy was about 20% light on the way back up to the 750 area. It kind of has gone through these two previous highs. But today, about 1 million shares, the previous high, 8.3 million shares, 6 million shares if you try to use the June 8th high. Just not a lot of gusto as these things are looking at previous highs. Smith & Wesson Holdings, of course, on earnings, kind of had come off a pretty good signal when it tested the previous high on 50% of the volume. March 18th, 3.1 million shares at $30.44. You peaked and went through $31.19 with 1.9 million shares. This thing's been sliding ever since. Had a lot of volume just 2 days ago. It came down on 10.2 million shares. I think that tells you a great deal. There's a nice gap down here at about 23 bucks. My guess is that if Trump wins, probably going to see this thing move back into that 2250 area as a first level of support. And since everybody's been buying a gun every single moment, these may be on the long term with a Hillary presence, probably still up here with a Trump presence. Maybe these things go back to $5. These things have gone for a ride. What else do we have? Let's take a look at the XME. See anything in this one? Pretty much finished its ABC up at this 29.23. It's just kind of going sideways out here. Been thinking or hoping for a little bit more of a signal. Certainly the energy was off by a good 25% in this last leg from May 19th to July 29th compared to the January 20th to April 25th leg. So you got some pretty nice movements out here, but as far as I can tell, just doing a lot of sideways action. Let's go back a little bit farther. That was the 31st. Let's go back to the 30th. See how some of these other ones came out. MSCC, micro semi. We've been talking about this one hanging out here at the highs for a while, tested with 1.1 million shares, a 1.7 million share high from November 6th of last year. It's back into this trading range. There's a nice gap that would take it right back to about $37 on a pullback. Don't see any reason why this would not come back. Let's take a look at the SMHs. A lot of push in this thing up, but getting kind of a little bearish candle developing out here. This may, if this would develop a little bit bigger out here, I think you could start talking about some dark cloud cover. We'd probably have to see this thing really move back after the end of the day. I don't see any indication right now. But these things have been on a tear on the SMHs since June 27th. I don't see anything that says that it has cracked quite yet, but you would want to watch it. Rackspace, this thing has been a gappy little guy. Of course, it's getting bought out. This is the right pattern for a company being bought out. A couple of companies saying that they're going to be bought out, but don't look like it. Kind of Monsanto is one. The Dell EMC thing did close yesterday. I'm absolutely flabbergasted that it did. I really don't understand it. Of course, it pretty much closed on the back of stealing and looting everything I think that they could from VMware. But just a lot of sideways action in this. Of course, we talked a little bit about this yesterday. Offering 127, but the stock at 106. You got to smell something wrong. Royal Gold, let's take a quick look at this one. Came down some decent energies, come back up and filled that on the 24th of August, down to 1.3 million shares. Yesterday had 845,000 shares. Today, 363,000 shares. Certainly looks like there's some kind of supply line right around this $82 level mark. The real light volume yesterday and light volume today, you're going to have to watch that one carefully. There's Reliance Steel. I was wondering whether this one would come into support that basically is a congestion zone that goes from April 13th on to May 19th, right around the $70 level. Got to $70.69, been moving up. But what it hadn't had is any kind of sign of strength off this bottom. So far, though, not a really bad looking stock, but man, did it have a run from $50.08 to $84.25. So you got to like that. Really well, maybe one significant pullback in that run. Now it's kind of back into that pullback right now, and the consolidation level over here going back to what is that? April 15th. There's a nice little gap out here, though, you would probably think could get filled, and that would be at $68 to look at that one there. Zebra has been in my radar for all these times, but just hasn't done anything yet that makes me think that this is where we're going. $70.30 on February 25th, and 950,000 shares when we went into it on August 29th. Hasn't done a lot. Energy, actually pretty good. You had a nice sign of strength back on the 9th of August, but no volume up here at the highs. What do we have? We got a minute left. Let's take a look at how some of these other stocks are doing today. MSFT. A lot of discussion on retail sellers. Their number one sell right now is Microsoft. Been holding up fairly well in that retail sales environment. I still think that this thing is probably coming back to 53.50 into this gap. I'm just wondering what's going to take. Going to probably see some kind of pullback in this market. Let's check our email again today. Got a bunch of emails. Let's see out here. Any questions Question on IBM. IBM has been up at this 160 level, which has been kind of support. The only thing I can say is the easy money's probably been made on IBM here. Could it get to 165 again? It can. Man, you got a huge supply line at 165. I just don't understand the risk reward to the upside. Wouldn't be short it, but do not like the risk reward right now. Need a decent pullback.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
My name is Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability and host of the Trader's Edge Show, heard daily here at TFNN.com. On Wednesday, September 14th at 5 p.m., I'll be hosting a special 1-hour event, The Ultimate Reversal Patterns. I'll teach subscribers how to identify and trade market tops and bottoms. You'll learn Tom DeMark's TD Setup, TD Sequential, and TD Combo. Plus, I'll show you how to identify Gartley buy and sell patterns, which means you'll learn how to master the D point of any A to B equals CD pattern. More importantly, I'll teach you the most powerful pattern of all, by price relative strength divergent pattern. These patterns work for stocks, for ETFs, future contracts, currencies, and these patterns work on every time frame. By signing up for Mastering Probability right now, you get the first month of my newsletter service for only $49, and that includes Wednesday's Ultimate Reversal Patterns webinar. This $49 offer is only good through September 14th, so act now. At only $49 for your first month, I guarantee this is an investment that you won't regret. For all the details of the upcoming workshop and reserve your seat today, visit the front page of TFNN.com now.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
And you can be like John from Orlando, who emailed me at path@tfnn.com asking, what about the hearings on biotech? And the last I saw, they were scheduled for next Tuesday. So keep an eye on that. Those things can change. What do we have out here? A lot of nothing in the Apple, at least nothing in the stock prices. Read through what they're going on. They've got earbuds, and nobody's really thinking a lot about that. As far as the stock price, it's off 40 cents, which is kind of the way it started. The dog and pony show, I don't see a lot happening in that now. Other stocks of interest as we go into the end of the day, let's check out Amazon, which is, of course, making new world record highs, it seems like every day. Went a little higher today, not much volume, back into the trading range. Let's take a look at Netflix in FLX in this home stretch here. You know, you just back up to this resistance line It has filled the entire gap from earnings. That was on the 18th of July. And, I don't know if you can make anything more about it. Other than that, it's filled the gap. Volume has kind of been going down since really, what is that, the 5th of August. It's been kind of going sideways, just a little higher, just a little higher. But again, one of these stocks that is perpetually short, and what you really want is to see a nice intraday move that is probably reversed by the end of the day to know that all of the shorts have decided to exit stage left. Rackspace, did we look at that one already? Yep, we did. And let's see. Netflix, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. Let's take a quick look at Google L. Out here. Today up, back up again. This one probably has a little bit better chance of hitting $770 than filling this gap that sits on top of it. February 2nd, 8/10/35, 6.7 million shares. Getting into it with 1.9 million shares. So, it's tested the highs on light energy. It's also done just about everything that you like to see, which is heavy volume and energy on the way down from that February 2nd high to the February 8th low. But what it did do is come back and test that February 8th low on a lighter volume, 2.9 million shares, so it's gone back up to the high, but just much, much lighter volume out here. If you were going to take a flyer at this one, I would also say that maybe you would want to see, either right now or up to 820. If this thing busted 820, then I think you've got problems with higher prices on it. But pretty much on a sell signal, so I can't get too excited on telling anybody to buy it up here. It actually looks fairly weak. What do we got going on here? It is Wednesday today, isn't it? All day long. That means we got Tom O'Brien for the rest of the day. 2 more hours. He'll call the closing. He'll call any earnings after the bell. And, of course, we'll go on to tomorrow. But I just don't see a lot of juice. We did have, and this should be the day where we have the options closing. So we'll know a lot more about that, and we'll talk about that in tomorrow's show. In the meantime, sell when you can, not when you have to. We'll see you here tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.